I'd like to talk to you a little bit about an amendment to the delegation agreement between Lebanon County Planning Department and the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection. In 2001, County Planning signed a delegation agreement with DEP for us basically to provide certain administrative functions for planning and permitting of on-lot septic systems. And of course, at that time, the commissioners approved the delegation agreement. With me today, of course, is Lori Books, who's our delegated local agency specialist. She's been with the department with our department for 23 years and has been our DLA specialist since 2001 when the program started. The original delegation agreement was a 5-year agreement between County Planning and DEP, and it was renewed in 2006 and will expire in February, I believe, of 2011. Right now, the County Planning Department is one of only 4 departments in the state of Pennsylvania that serves as a delegated local agency for DEP. And I think that says volumes about DEP's trust in the county and in particular about our sewage staff, that they're willing to allow our staff to enforce their regulations. We're here before you today asking for your approval to amend the delegation agreement to also include the review and approval of public sewer modules. There are also several other minor language changes to the delegation agreement, and Swatara Township, which was not part of the original delegation agreement, would also be included in this amendment. As we're all aware, when the state budget was passed last year, many of the state agencies, including DEP, took a large hit in their funding and as well as cuts in staff. So when we approached DEP about the opportunity to review and approve public sewer modules, they were very receptive to the idea. And I think Lori can verify that several people at DEP have told us they've never seen anything move faster through the approval process. They're anxious for us to take over the regulations and take just a little bit of the burden off of them. If you choose this morning to approve this amendment, we would be the only delegated local agency in the state of Pennsylvania reviewing and approving public sewer modules. So it's certainly a feather in the cap of Lebanon County for us to do that. This would obviously benefit Lebanon County and its residents by minimizing the amount of review time involved with review and approval of public sewer modules, and also has some additional revenue generating potential for Lebanon County Planning Department. DEP has told us that they will provide training specifically to Lori at no charge to us, and we feel as a staff that we can provide this service with our current staff with no additional staff requested at this time. So with that, I'll gladly answer any questions you may have.
Anyone have any questions?
Well, I just was thinking of one, if I may.
Go.
You said the revenue generating. Can you maybe tell us how much additional revenue we could expect?
We've talked about this, and obviously with the economy being the way it is today, it's difficult to estimate. But we think it has the potential to generate between $30,000 and $40,000 a year.
And for that amount of money, why, I mean, and what is the reduction in review time?
And this is not a shot at DEP in any way, shape, or form. They have a tremendous volume of work and obviously a very much reduced staff at this point. So they have, is it 90 days or 120 days?
They have 120 days to review a module.
To review and approve modules.
Some of their modules they only have 60 days on, which is the same requirement that I have. I typically turn things around within a week.
Well, that is... Well, if you're up to the challenge, Lori, I'll make a motion to go ahead with the agreement, or the amendment.
Any other questions? Go ahead, John.
Can you give me an example when you say a public sewer module? What?
Right now, we have the authority to approve on-lot septic systems. When someone comes in and proposes a new subdivision with 5, 10, 1 lots, It goes through our office as the sewage enforcement officer goes out and verifies the testing. They send it to the municipality. In Lebanon County, being we are a delegated agency, that module then comes back to me for final approval, rather than going to DEP for final approval of the module, which then allows them to record the subdivision plan and proceed with their planning process. We would now be looking for the authority to approve the public sewer modules, going through the same routine.
So a development that's hooking into public sewer?
Correct.
Okay.
Right.
Not a large municipal system like
It would not
Heidelberg
include
or
small
anything
treatment plants or anything like that.
No,
Right.
no, these would be developments tying into existing public sewer.
Questions, you restricted to Lebanon County?
Yes.
I am restricted to the townships in which we enforce for sewage enforcement. So, for example, Bethel Township has their own sewage officer. We would not do any approvals in Bethel Township.
And I think it's Bethel and Union are the only two
Correct.
that we don't enforce the sewage regulations in, and Mount Gretna Borough has all public sewer, so they're
Right.
not included as well. So.
Any other questions? Okay, all those in favor, consent to saying aye?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it, so carries. Jamie?